Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to my as non-spoilery as possible Fallout review for Amazon Prime. Then at the end, right at the end, I'll give you a bit of a spoiler warning and then we'll touch on some of the spoilers that have happened in this show. So, Amazon Prime, Fallout. Interesting. I think everyone was waiting with bated breath. Everyone was waited? Everyone was waiting. Get my proper English out. With bated breath to see whether this was going to be a good or garbage video game adaptation. This is the former, not the latter. This is good. I really enjoyed it. Genuinely. Now, in the spoiler section, I will cover some of the lore changes. So, we'll get there. I'm not just blanket saying it's good and they didn't change anything. There are some changes, yes, but we'll get there in the spoiler bit. And if I've missed any, you can tell me down below. I'm really just going to highlight one major spoiler, actually. One major change, but we'll get there. So anyway, this stars Walton Goggins as the Ghoul, Ella Purnell as Lucy, Vault 33 resident dweller, whatever you want to call it, and Aaron Morton as Maximus, the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, what we're doing here is good old Fallout fashion, I think. We are following Lucy's story primarily. Well, we're not really. We're following everyone's story. But it is... Lucy is kind of our point of view character for the bulk of the episodes. But we do have a lot of time with the Ghoul. And we learn a lot about his backstory. And we have, obviously, a lot of time with Maximus as well. Not as much time, I don't think. And not as much time with the Ghoul either. Lucy is our primary point of view character. So all of these characters, we learn about their backstory. We learn what their mission is, and obviously their mission and what they want sort of interjects with one another. It intersects. There's an intersection of the mission here. And they all come across one another. They've all got to go on side quests with one another. But the main story at hand is Lucy leaving Vault 33 to go find her dad. That is the story primarily. This opened with a fantastic opener, all on Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins is such a great actor. He sold it to me anyway. Him in anything, generally speaking, I'm always keen to go and look at, see what he's in. He's a great actor. He's never given enough to do, quite frankly. And he loves the role that he's in here. You can see he's having such a good time. And rightly so. He's clearly having a blast playing the Ghoul and his human version of himself. The opening to Fallout was great. I tweeted about it. Follow me on Twitter at Mr.H.Reviews. Yeah, I chucked up a post and I was just like, this is one of the best openings. Like, wow. Like, this opening is incredible. It's great. It's pre-bombs and bomb drop. And it's just fantastic. You really get a feel for the world that you're then going to be moving into later in the show. All of the sort of retro futuristic look. The cars are really well made, well designed, really work very, very well. Everything works. It looks brilliant. And the CGI, the aesthetic, the colour grading, the CGI works, the set pieces work. It all works in that opening. And that is carried right the way through this whole show. I had such a good time with this show. There's a lot there. There's Red Rocket Gas Station, Philly's there. You've got all the vaults there. Vault 4, Vault 33, Vault 31. It's all there. You've got Raiders in this show. You've got Mutants, the Enclave, the Brotherhood of Steel. It's all there. You've Nuka-Cola, Eat Your Heart Out, Robco. Everything is there. It's fantastic. So the main characters, again, you've got Walton Goggins, Ella Purnell's Lucy, Ghoul, Maximus, etc. None of them are perfect, right? There's no Mary Sue here. There's no one that's perfect, no one infallible. They are very, very flawed characters. No one can just pick up an item and is instantly amazing at it. People are flawed in this show. I liked the writing a lot. There is a little bit of cheesiness here and there. But if you played the games, Fallout has a bit of cheese. Alright? If you got an issue with a bit of tongue-in-cheek cheese with a Fallout game, with a Fallout series, you've not played the games. Or if you and you have played the games, then what's the issue? There is a little bit of cheese, but it's quite good fun. It's all in good spirits. And that's probably takes me nicely onto the first bit here, is that there are some out-of-context clips circulating around the internet. Namely in Philly with the Ghoul sort of lassoing, I guess, Maximus in the power armor. And people are like, oh, this is shit, blah, blah, blah. Mate, the whole show, it treads a really, really great line of being predominantly pretty damn serious, actually, with pretty weighty themes, and then touches of levity here and there, which the Fallout games do. So if you've got a problem with that, again, I struggle to see if you've played the games, I guess. Now, my main sort of entry point to the franchise has been Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. I've heard New Vegas is absolutely amazing. Everyone sings its praises. I just never got around to playing it because these sandbox games absolutely destroy my life. I will spend hours doing the most mundane stuff and loving it. I don't really get very far. So they consume my soul. So anyway, and that takes me nicely off to the main narrative thread. So we are following Lucy. She's our point of view character. She's trying to get her dad back, and they do sort of intersect, and there are some sort of side missions here, there, and everywhere. And that is how the games are. You know, you have your primary narrative, your primary plot, your primary mission, and then you do have all these side missions that happen. That's just part of it. And so I actually really, really appreciate the fact that it was quite similar to the game in that way. And it also gives you a great opportunity to see, you know, the vast expanse of the wasteland. And I think it worked really, really well. Anyway, let's get on to technical perspectives. The writing's really, really good. I really like the writing. The technical elements, it's shot really, really well. It's color graded really, really well. The set design is fantastic. I have slight issues here and there with the CGI of the power armor. A lot of it is just replicated, and yes, it is very, very lazy to do so, but it's primarily just in one shot, and it is in the shot which is in the trailer, where there's like 4 or 5 of them side by side. They've just dropped down from one of the drop ships, and they're walking, and it is a duplicate power armors. But having said that, the practical power armor suits that they have in this show work great. They work really, really well. And the sets, the vaults look amazing. Like all the costumes are incredible. Philly looks incredible. Like everything that you know about the games is there. Everything. There's even a Cogsworth. You know, the robotic army thing. I don't bloody know what it was called. But that's there. That's in the trailer. Everything is there. The ghouls are great. Everything is there. Dog meat's in it. Right, the Enclave are in it. The Brotherhood of Steel are interestingly depicted. I don't hate it. It's not necessarily 100% accurate to the games, but it's, yeah, by and large, pretty much all the same. And I really like them as well. Maximus is definitely a bit of an arsehole. Definitely deserves punishment, and that's all I'll say on that. Walton Goggins is exceptional in this. He's so, so good. So, yeah, more Walton Goggins, please. More Walton Goggins. But this sets itself up very nicely for a second season, which I cannot wait for. 100%. Amazon Prime, greenlight it right now. Put it on. Let's do it. Thanks. Put my Amazon Prime membership to good use, please. Anyway, that being said, right, if you've watched it, what did you think? Let me know down below. If you haven't watched it, you must watch it. This is a strong recommendation from me. I think this show is fantastic. They're very long episodes. I appreciate that. You can binge it. I love this show. It's great. Let's get on to the spoilers. Spoiler warning! This is the main thing that they changed. They changed it, but I don't hate it. And I think it's for the better, actually. So the person that dropped the bombs isn't China. It is Vault-Tec. You've had your spoiler warning. But that was always a fan theory anyway, that that Vault-Tec basically started the apocalypse so they could sell all the vaults, right? Because we know that they're evil anyway. They were running experiments in the vaults. We know all of this, right? They're shit company. Horrible people. But wouldn't it make sense that they took it a step further and they were the ones that dropped the bombs? It would, actually. So I understand why Amazon Prime did it, because of course they sell tat from China. They want to keep their Chinese employers happy, I'm sure. But changing it to Vault-Tec isn't a bad thing. That's not a bad idea. That's actually quite good. So I don't hate it, but that's the main thing that they changed. That's the main thing that I noticed. Apparently there's some stuff from New Vegas, but I never played New Vegas. Maybe that's it from New Vegas. Who knows? What do you think? Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.